Good morning, everyone. This is Emonews, and we are live at the Northeastern Funeral Association located in the beautiful community of Wesley. And we are here today for a special presentation. We will be learning some interesting things about the services that Northeastern Funeral Association, NEFA, has to offer.
Good morning to my fellow Dominicans and to the world in extension. Over the past few weeks, I've been asked this question: when are the burials occur? So I've decided to do a special presentation to where I'm going to have the world and the Dominican public see my father, Mr. Richardson Izoka Sende, who's been dead for almost 2 months. He died on the 10th of March 2022. A wave of sadness filled the hearts of all those who knew and my father. As the dreadful news passed, we received, my initial thoughts at the moment was to preserve my father's body as he had been requesting over the past few years. Our morticians gathered at the funeral home and we began a process which is called embalming. The embalming process, it involves several steps, but the first step is the disinfection of the remains, then setting up features of the individual, whereas we form a smile, we basically make them look lifelike once more again. So my father is a perfect example of the procedures that takes and how we do our work here at the Northeastern Funeral Association. Embalming should only be done by professionals. This process was introduced into the company and to Dominica at large by Mr. Richardson Izoka himself through continuous research. He became a certified embalmer by engaging in educational training and trips overseas to study the proper and most effective method of embalming. This was the direct result of an effort made to curb the rush of burying your loved ones. Remember back in the days when somebody died, we used to just bury them the very next day. So you die tonight, tomorrow morning we dig your hole and we bury you. So Mr. Izoka said, nah man, you have to stop. And that's when he came up with the idea of doing this funeral home where you could come by and see your loved one. If you're overseas, you could come see your loved ones and pay them their last respect in that sense. So he also sent Oriel, Barry, and myself, which really sent me, better known as Richie, to study overseas in Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, where we learned the art of embalming properly. And so when I came home, that's what I did to my dad. I embalmed him in a professional, proper manner so that he could last, and he's gonna last till we are ready to do any further burial or anything like that to that nature. So I just wanted you guys to have a first-hand view of Mr. Richardson sent to me 2 months later after his passing. And this is a service that we could offer to the general public and to all, be it a member, be it a non-member. Whoever wants this service, we are capable of doing it here at Northeastern Funeral Association. This is Mr. Richardson sent to me, better known as the Cinderella Man in his glass castle.
So here we have Mr. St. Amy, and as you can see, he is preserved just like when we saw him that day when he was at his funeral. And like we heard from his son, this service is offered at NIFA and it is available to the general public. So especially for So like we said, this is a service done by the Northeastern Funeral Association. Mr. Richardson St. Amy, we can see him here as we saw him some weeks back at his funeral service. Beautifully preserved.
So, Mr. St. Amy is here just for an example of what we can do and what we are willing to do for you, the general public. Be you a member, be you a non-member. We are here to serve the public, to help people in their grieving process. And if you're overseas and you can't make it home tomorrow morning for your father's funeral, for your mother's funeral, your auntie, whoever, we're here to help you in that aspect. Be you a member, a non-member, whatever you are, we are here to help you. So feel free to contact us at 235-7815, 285-5118, or 445-7815.
Now, how soon does the process have to start? For example, if I want my loved one embalmed, do I have to tell you all from the time that you will pick up the body? Or could I decide sometime after?
You could decide sometime after, but the sooner the better.
Okay.
The sooner the better. So that there is no, delay in the process. We get it done quicker, it's better for you and your relatives to come back and see your auntie, your mom, your dad in a good position.
Okay. And the individual or the body can be embalmed for, is there a specific amount of time, or is it based on the person's choice? Like, does it have to be for 3 months or,
I mean, once we embalm you, you can stay for however long.
Okay.
Once you are properly embalmed, you can stay for however long.
Okay.
So, and that's a service that we've been offering to everybody. All our bodies here at Northeastern is embalmed.
Okay.
Everybody that comes in here is embalmed. We just did a
longer period of time.
Yeah, for Mr. Senator, we just did it for a longer period.
Okay.
But everybody that comes here is embalmed.
Okay.
So we do not shy away from it. It's something that we offer. It's something that we're willing to do, and we're willing to make it last. So if anytime, just call. We're here to help in your grieving process.
So once again, you are witness to one of the longer embalming processes in Dominica. Of course, I stand corrected. However, I don't think anybody has been like this for so long. So once again, you are live on Emonews and you have just witnessed the preserved or the embalmed body of Mr. Richardson St. Amy. We saw him some weeks ago at his funeral service, and here he is still, like his son referred to him, as the Cinderella man. His glass covering is next to him, and you can see him here still preserved. And again, this is a service that is offered to anyone, whether you're a member of this funeral home or not. You can call and request this service. Thank you for joining. Thank you for choosing Emonews. And thank you to the Northeastern Funeral Association for allowing the general public to be aware of this special service. Like Richie said, if you're overseas and you're unable to get leave from your work, as soon as you hear your loved one die, you can choose Northeastern and request that they embalm your loved ones for whatever period of time that you desire. And as you can see, his embalmed face is almost a perfect resemblance of how he was when he was alive. Thank you once again for joining Emonews. Do have a good day.